So today's video is going to be showing you how I fill in my brows. I thought I would show you guys what I've been doing lately. I've had a lot of questions, so I figured I'd do a video for you. And if you're wondering what I'm wearing on my face makeup wise, I will put everything down below. It's been kind of what I've been using lately. In my last now 3 videos, I've been using this makeup look. It's kind of like my go-to right now. If you're interested, then go check that out. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you don't like bolder brows, you might not like this, but I've been loving the bolder brow. I think big brows are beautiful, so that's why I fill mine in. And it also took me a while to kind of figure out how to do my brows. I'm still constantly learning every day, so if you're not great at it right away, you know, don't be nervous about it. Just keep practicing. That's what it's about, and I think the concealer really helps a lot with achieving really nice brows, so definitely recommend that, using concealer just to clean it up. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye! Okay, so we're going to be using the Brow Bar To Go today, and we're going to use the darkest shade in this palette, and also using the Sigma E15 brush. I love this one for my brows. And what I'm going to do is just go ahead and brush through my brows with a spoolie brush. You can find these anywhere for super cheap. And then we're going to start creating our arch. As you can tell, I don't really have an arch to my eyebrows, so I like to create that with brow products. So I'm also going to extend the tail of my eyebrow just a little bit. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. And don't worry, I know it looks a little bit messy, but we'll clean it up here in a second. And now I'm going to the beginning of my brow and kind of lining underneath there and blending it upwards to, you know, fill in those sparse hairs, because I barely have any hairs at the beginning of my brow. And then I'm just going to take that line and extend it out to the end of my brow and just start filling it in. Okay, so now what I'm doing is filling in the top of my brow, and I'm also connecting it to the arch that I had created in the beginning, just so I can get a nice sort of rounded effect, and it really helps make my brows look a lot more fuller than they actually are. So I'm just filling them in and then going through my brow and filling in little spaces that didn't have a lot of hair or just looked like they didn't have enough brow product on there to blend in with everything else. Now I'm going to be using my N25 or NW25 concealer from this MAC palette. I do believe that's the color. And I'm just going to start shaping my brows even more with this concealer, and you'll be amazed at how much the concealer blends everything and makes it look a lot more clean and just looks so much more put together. So concealer is like your best friend with this. I definitely recommend it if you're just trying out with brows, because if you mess up, it's super easy to clean it up this way. So I'm just lining underneath my brow and blending it downwards just to make the line look a lot more sharp. And then also doing the same thing with the top of my brow. And also by doing this, you can kind of adjust your arch. If you don't want really mean brows, which a lot of us don't want, you can use concealer to help fix it and make the top part of your brow look just a little bit more rounded, but you'll still have that arch that you wanted. So a lot of people do this before their foundation, but personally I think the concealer blends into my skin really nicely, so I always do this after foundation. I've never done it before because I just think that's too much to work with. So do whatever you prefer. And now I'm going to comb through my brows just to make sure everything's nice and blended, and then go back through with concealer if needed. So this is pretty much what our brows are going to look like. Now I'm just setting them in place with the wax that comes in the kit, and I'm going to apply that over my brows and then take my spoolie and brush through them just to make sure there's no wax clumps or anything like that, and they look nice and smoothed out. And then you are done with your brows. Keep in mind this does take a little bit to get used to if you've never done your brows before, but you'll eventually get it, I promise. If you're having a hard time finding your arch, you can angle your brush from your nose up, and you can see where my arch is right there. You can also take your brush right beside your nose like this, and this is where you should begin your brow, and then angle it out from your nose, and that's where you end your brows. So if you're having a hard time, you can definitely try that trick. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like it, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.
You took my heart.